Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is sponsored by Toyhax.com. They're your one-stop shop for reproduction decals for your vintage G1 Transformers and upgrade decals for your modern bots. Weaponry for your figures from the Toyhax Armory, and great-looking backdrops for your display from Toy Stages. And when you visit Toyhax.com, make sure and use my monthly promo code to save 15% off your order. So yes, 15% off when you use my promo code right here. So check out Toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. And tell them Patriot Prime sent you. Now, on to the video. The feature bot in this video is the brand new Transformers Legacy United Tidal Wave. I just got Tidal Wave in from Entertainment Earth, and man, I cannot wait to check this big boy out. This is probably one of my most anticipated figures of 2024. I never got into the Armada cartoon, but I loved the Armada toy Tidal Wave. I just thought it was so cool. A giant Decepticon boat slash spaceship that could turn into 3 other boats. I thought that was really awesome. So first off, let's take a quick look at the packaging. It's your normal Titan class box, so it's absolutely huge. Great looking artwork of Tidal Wave right there in the ocean, taking out multiple Autobots, opening fire with all of his weaponry. I mean, that just looks fantastic. Transformers Legacy United at the bottom, Transformers along the side. This side of the box is more artwork showing, who is that? Oh, it's Galvatron. We got Galvatron right there on the side. Back of the packaging features product shots of Tidal Wave in robot mode, city mode, giant battleship mode, and the Dark Fleet. This side of the box, is the artwork that we've seen with Legacy since day one, or Legacy United since day one. But before I get into this, somebody made the comment on one of my videos the other day that how dare I not make any comments or mention anything about current events going on in the world right now. And so I thought long and hard about that, and I figured I might as well. Peter Cullen is going to be at TFCon in Baltimore. Cannot wait. I am going to have the opportunity to meet Peter Cullen in person. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, I'm going too. So I cannot wait. A chance to meet the man, the myth, the legend. So now, without further ado, let's get this massive Decepticon opened up out of this packaging and check him out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Now, once you get the mighty Tidal Wave all opened up and out of the packaging, you'll see that he does come with a sheet of instructions that, as usual, is very well illustrated and easy to follow. He also comes with multiple turrets that I already have installed. You get 4 of these large movable turrets right here. You get 4 of these little missile launcher turrets and 2 other mini turrets that look like this that go onto one of the drones that I'll show off later on. And then of course you've got Tidal Wave himself broke down into his 3 Dark Fleet components. We have the aircraft carrier, the battleship, and the troop transport. Now I'll go over these individually, starting with the aircraft carrier. Tidal Wave's aircraft carrier mode actually looks really good and has some decent size to it. Here is Transformers Target Prime's trailer for some scale. So yeah, maybe a aircraft carrier is not the same size as a trailer, but you know, you collect Transformers. What's scale anyway? So taking a closer look at the aircraft carrier, it's got a great looking paint job on it. It's got a big purple Decepticon insignia right there on the front. We've got some yellow lights along the side. You got some horizontal stripes going all along the top of the aircraft carrier, and there's some diagonal ones right there as well. Nice molded details throughout. Even here on the sides, doesn't look too awful bad. You got these massive cannons right there in the front. These of course are Tidal Wave's fists, but I do like the way they transform to hide the fingers. We'll go over that later on. I wish he had some paint applications right here for the command tower. That looks really good as far as sculpting is concerned, but I mean, it could use some paint applications for the windows right there on the deck. So is what it is. Let's see, the back, nothing special there, just got a lot of hinges. Now when you get this out of the box, it's going to come in half just like this, but it connects really well. You've got these little clips right here. You just line all of that up and it snaps together and holds really, really good. So that's quite impressive. Now, if you happen to have some of the Siege, I can't remember what they were called, the Micromasters, the jets, they actually look pretty good on Tidal Wave's aircraft carrier. And oh yeah, he's got wheels. Flipping him upside down, you got 4 wheels right there, and he rolls along really, really good. So there you go, there is Tidal Wave's aircraft carrier mode. Next up, we have my personal favorite, the dual bow Battleship, and this thing is awesome looking and quite large. It's just a little bit bigger than the aircraft carrier, and this thing, it just looks spectacular. It's good and heavy, which I absolutely love. I feel like if I threw this at someone, they're not getting back up. This thing is something else. Great paint applications all the way around here on both bows of the ship. You've got windows here in the front, yellow windows. You got some silver details right there. Purple here along the side with some great sculpted work all over. This just looks so good. Then you come up here to the top of the command center. You've got some paint applications up in there, black for the windows. These massive turrets, which you have 4 of. Great paint applications on them. You got some silver here on top, silver for the barrels, and every one of them is blast effect compatible. So I have a bunch of blast effects here. Let's have him all open and fire. So yeah, that looks awesome. We got Tidal Wave opening fire with all of the movable turrets. They can rotate, the barrels can go up and down, and that looks awesome. I dig that so much. That's just great. I love the fact that they're still making figures that can utilize all of the blast effects that we have. Now, as you can see, Tidal Wave rolls along quite nicely in his Battleship mode, thanks to the 4 wheels that he has right there. Now, flipping him over, you do see the little Battleship drone right here. There are the other 2 turrets that you will install that come loose in the packaging. But like I said, we'll go over that more later on. I can't say enough good things about this. It just looks awesome. I never finished going over the paint application. We got paint there for the missile launching turrets. Those can rotate as well, but they're kind of hard to get a hold of. Well, maybe they can rotate. Yeah, there they go. So I just kind of find the position I want them in, and that's where I put them. More yellow here along the back, silver up top, big Decepticon insignia right there. It looks awesome. This is my favorite of the ships, and as you can see, you understand why. So there you go, Tidal Wave's Battleship. And here we have the Troop Transport, another massive ship. Bringing in the aircraft carrier once again. It's about the same length, but almost double the width. Now, my biggest problem with the Transport is I feel that Hasbro really just kind of half-assed this one. First off, if you look here at the top, at the command centers, we have this command center has painted windows where this one does not. They left that all gray. Yet they painted the tops. You got the orange and the purple. I don't understand why they didn't paint the windows. You got a purple circle here. We've got some yellow and purples down here along the side, and big purple Decepticon insignia. But what really irks me the most about this mode right here, oh yeah, there, it happened without me wanting to show you. The way this connects absolutely sucks. You got these little connection ports. I mean, these are heavy. Both of these weigh about as much as the aircraft carrier, and there's just not enough connection ports to hold them together. Let's see if I can get them. I mean, they're barely on there to where they can get a good grip. So if I line them up, okay, I will let go. Well, it's not gonna do it now, but yeah, they just pop apart. I guarantee as I move this around, it's gonna pop apart really easy. And it's got wheels, so it rolls around really good. You got 2 wheels here and 2 wheels on the back. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, it needed more connection points. We've got these holes right here where they could have put a 5mm peg to give it a little bit more stability, but that's just kind of disappointing that it just won't hold together very well. And I wish it had some features. It's a troop transport. I mean, the old figure, you could open up the sides here and you could store some mini-cons or whatever. This one doesn't do that at all. It's just this big, massive hunk of ship that falls apart real easy. I love the sculpted details right there on the back. I guess those are engines, so this thing can really fly across the water, which comes into play with the massive ship mode that I'll go over next. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. I just wish it just connected a lot better. See, I'm not really trying to show you how it separates. It's separating no problem whatsoever, but man, it just, see right there, you just hit it, it comes apart. So, whatever. Now let's transform these ships into the massive tidal wave warship. Now to transform tidal wave into the warship, we're going to take the aircraft carrier first and take this section right here and fold down. Put the aircraft carrier out of the way as we bring in the battleship. Now with the battleship, you're going to take the section right here, bring this up. This will unlock the pontoons or the dual bow. You're going to bring these out and around, just like so. That was a little tighter than the other, but kind of have them out at an angle slightly, like this, because what you're going to do is now take the aircraft carrier. You've got this slot right here, and you got this big crest on Tidal Wave's head. That's going to slot in right there, and you're going to close up the battleship. You've got these little clips right here that are going to line up to the clips on the side of the battleship. So let me see if I can get that lined up already. That's kind of hard to do. Always on camera. There we go. So that's snapped into place. And now just bring this around and bring in the other side. Okay, we've got that going on, and just bring this back down over the head, just like so. Now you may need to straighten that up a little bit. There we go, one snap into place, and there we go, this little drone keeps falling out. So we've got the whole main body of the ship hooked together right now. Now we're going to bring in the troop transport, and this may be difficult, but you need to separate this. And what we're going to do is there is a clip right here. You're going to flip this out just like so. That clip is going to fit into that hole right there. And then you've got this clip that's going to fit here, and there's a little nub right there that the tip is going to go into. So let me see if I can do this on camera. This is kind of a pain in the ass. So slide that in, slot this in, and also there is a peg right there that's going to go into that hole. So we're slotting, we're pegging, and we've got it in. Let's go ahead and flip down the wing right here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and I'm going to show off this massive warship. And here we have Tidal Wave in his massive warship mode, and dude, I love this thing. In my opinion, this is a much better warship than Nemesis. I just didn't like Nemesis. Nemesis felt cheap and hollow. Tidal Wave here is hefty. This guy has got some weight on him, and surprisingly holds together really, really well. I wish they used the same clipping technology that they did for the whole ship here for the troop transport, because this guy isn't falling apart. He just looks fantastic. All of the weaponry you can still use that was on the Battleship. You've also got blast effect ports right there for the front of the ship. I didn't show that off in aircraft carrier mode, but there those are. And they are blast effect compatible as well. And of course I don't have any blast effects handy. How ill-prepared of me. But I've got my bag of blast effects right here. So yeah, you can plug a blast effect right into the front. So there you go, there's that. But yeah, man, I love the Battleship. The Battleship looks so cool. Those massive thrusters that were on the troop transport really pop now. I mean, this thing is awesome. So now let me get the Warship all taken apart, and we'll get Tidal Wave transformed into his robot mode. Now, after separating the Warship back into its 3 components, we're going to start off with the Battleship for robot mode. So, taking this section here, once again, you're going to lift this up, and then take this whole section with the guns, bring that up, and you're going to rotate this around like so. Now, you're going to take the bows, flip these around, and this is going to clip in right there. Well, not yet. Let me get this one too. First off, we got to get the legs or the upper thighs out of the way. These are on some tight joints. Flip these around. That's going to give the bow sections now clearance. Bring that in, lock goes in place. You're going to go ahead and bring this chest section down, and the turret falls off. Put that back on. Bring this section here down, and there is Tidal Wave's torso. Go ahead and bring both the turrets around. So there we go. Now let's bring in the aircraft carrier. With the aircraft carrier, what we're going to do is separate it. Take the tower section here, flip this down. You're going to raise this section right here. And now you're going to flip this part all the way around, going from the smooth edge here to now the robot fingers, as I pointed out earlier. Go ahead and shut that down. We're going to do the same thing here on the other side. Bring that around. Then you're going to rotate this. Let's go ahead and bring this section out here. That's the shoulder connection point. Rotate the bottom around to where you got the elbow joint right there. So that's one arm. Do the same with this one. Let's see, what am I looking for? This. That section out. Rotate the bicep around. And there is both arms. Now bringing in these sections, or we'll just do one. To form the leg, you want to flip the front section up right here. Bring that up. Fold that in. Go ahead and bring the foot up. And this section back. And now you're going to open up the front right here, and this is going to pull out the thigh. So right there, there's your leg. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. Bring this up, fold in, foot up, heel spur back, open this up, bring out the thigh, and fold that up. Why is that not shutting? Because I don't have the thigh all the way out. There we go. So there's both legs. Let's put this sucker together. You're going to do the same thing on both sides. You got the arm that's going to peg in right there. So that locks into place. Now let's do the leg. The leg just slides on right there, just like so. I'm going to go ahead and attach the left arm and left leg, and then we'll take a look at Tidal Wave's robot mode. And here we have Legacy Tidal Wave in his robot mode. This guy is big, massive, beefy, and heavy. I love the weight on this guy. He is a titan through and through, and he looks so good. Take a look at that head sculpt right there. Great paint applications. You got purple up here on the crest. You got some yellow eyes, great looking head sculpt. Head can look around, do a complete 360. You can also look up if you so choose. So yeah, this thing, I love it. There's not a lot of real anything new in robot mode other than the head, and you got some details right there for the legs. Let's get into articulation. You saw the head, the arms can do a complete 360. Listen to the glorious ratchet right there. They can also go out, they can go in. There's a bicep bend, click, 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 and bicep rotation. The fingers can move in as well as the thumb. There is, let's see, is there a waist rotation? Flip this up here, this here. I don't know. Yes, and it's on a ratchet. Okay, that's a surprise. I didn't realize there was waist rotation. Legs can go out, they can go in, they can go forward. Oh, they can go back. There is a knee bend, there is a knee rotation or a thigh rotation, and ankle tilt. All those glorious ratchets. This guy is awesome. I couldn't be happier with Tidal Wave's robot mode. And you gotta be careful moving him around. Pop that arm right off, but that'll pop right back in. So you don't want to manhandle him too much. I was pulling wrong. So there you go, it pops right back into place. It's actually a really easy transformation, and just like the original toy. I do like that this Tidal Wave is the gray and purple instead of the green and gray that the original toy had. I think this is more of the Japanese version and what was seen in the television show. So now let me show off his drones. If you look on the back of Tidal Wave, there's this little section right here. This guy has popped off a couple times. You can pull this out. It's not going to come out now that I want it to. I swear, it actually fell out like 4 times during the review. But he's in there pretty good. There we go. So he actually pegs in with his little pegs right there. And now Tidal Wave has a big hollow spot on his back. He's got this door, but it doesn't really do anything. I wish it was like double jointed somehow. They could actually lock and cover that spot up right there. But oh well. So there's one drone. The other drones are located in his fist. So you want to bring the top of his fist out right here, and then you just simply pull out. There's one. Bring this out. There's 2. And then what you can do is take the fist, rotate it around, so it kind of hides the fact that he's now missing part of his arm. And then on the back of the legs, open up the wings, and you can pull the other pieces, drone pieces out. So right there and there. If you open up the legs here, I am starting to sweat holding this guy. There's a little piece right there you're going to pull out. That's actually pegged in, if I can get it. Right in the floor it goes. And of course here on the other side, I'm not going to fool with that right now, but let's now take a look at those drones. Okay, so here are all of the drone pieces from Tidal Wave, and we're going to start with this one right here that came out of the back of the Battleship. This is a mini Battleship drone, and to transform it into the Battleship, just bring the dual bows out, and you're going to flip these around. You see the little peg right there? They're going to peg in right there in that middle section, so just kind of work it around. It is a tight joint, but once you get it in, it'll click right in place, and there you have your little mini Battleship. And it actually looks really, really good. Lots of nice details, lots of paint applications. Now these 2 turrets right here on the top, they do rotate. These are a couple of the extra turrets that were unattached in the box. You had to attach these. These on the bottom, those are sculpted in. So not a bad little Battleship. I wish it had wheels, but still not too shabby. Now let's take a look at the aircraft carrier pieces, and what we need to do is straighten these out. So let's get this here. Man, that is a tight fit. There we go. So we got that one straightened out. Do the other one. Wow, this one's tight too. Just gotta manipulate that just right. So you want to fit that peg right there into that hole. Come on, baby. There we go. Now we got those 2 halves. We'll just bring them together just like the aircraft carrier. And there we go. There's our little mini drone aircraft carrier. Got the purple stripes, purple Decepticon insignia, little mini tower or mini command center right there. So that's that. Once again, I wish it had some wheels. Peg it all together. So there's the aircraft carrier. It's a lot bigger than the battleship this time. So now this is the troop transport. You've got these two halves right here. Go ahead and peg those together just like so. And then you've got these pieces that came from inside the thigh. Make sure and take the pointy pieces right here, face those up, and they're going to peg in right on top. You got a big slot right there. And there you go. There is the mini, well, I guess you bring these up. There is the mini troop transport, and yeah, that holds a lot, holds together a lot better than the big version, which is kind of disappointing, but is what it is. I swear it kind of looks like a Klingon bird of prey because the wings are so big. But anyway, that is your mini Dark Fleet, and they have an extra function as well. They can attach to Legacy Megatron or Galvatron. Let me get the camera adjusted accordingly. Now, in order for this to work, you have to get Galvatron into this position where his turret is on his stomach. Now, what we're going to do is take the troop transport drone and remove these top sections. These are Galvatron's lifts. So you peg these on the bottom. You see how the little points line up with Megatron's toes. I think I just called him Galvatron. So there we go. He's got his lifts on. Now, we're going to take this section right here. We're going to open this up. And inside, you've got this little bar you're going to bring out. On both sides, actually. And then you're going to peg these together. Just like so. Flipping this around, you got these little pegs you're going to flip out on both sides, and these are going to peg into Megatron's back. I believe it's going to be right here. So there is, let's see, these upside down. Let's see. There's one. And there's the others. Now Megatron, hey, I have that upside down. Forgive me, I'm not familiar with this with Armada. Let's do it this way. Peg in that one. And peg in that one. So yeah, that looks a little bit better right there. Now we're going to take this section, the Battleship, flip that little peg out right there, and that's going to hook into Megatron's forearm, just like so. And then with this Battleship, there's another little peg right there. You're going to flip out. It's on a ratchet. Cool. That's going to peg in right there. So there you have Megatron with the Tidal Wave upgrades. And I'm not a fan. I'm just... That's for the pure Armada fans only. I don't like it. It's just... It's weird to me. I don't get it. Now, Tidal Wave does have another mode, a giant base mode, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to skip that because, to be honest, it's kind of boring. It's just Tidal Wave laying on his back with his legs spread and his arms up. You take the drones and attach those into a couple pieces. So, I mean, it's kind of an afterthought mode, but, you know, you play around with it if you want. Just not a fan, and this video's gone on long enough as it is. As if you couldn't tell by now, I absolutely adore Transformers Legacy United Titan Class Tidal Wave. This by far is the best Titan that we've got since Scorponok. I did not like Cybertron Metroplex, and I did not like the Nemesis. Both of those felt cheap and hollow. Tidal Wave is a beast. He is heavy, he is solid, and in my opinion, well worth the money. My only complaints with this guy is the fact that the troop transport just does not connect well by itself. You breathe on it wrong, it's going to fall apart. And I think the base mode is a little lame. It's just Tidal Wave laying on his back. But I guess since the base mode was kind of an afterthought, it works for what it is. But man, I am so happy that I got this guy. He's going to look great over there on the shelf with my other Titans, and he's worth every penny in my opinion. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you're in any position to help out the channel, I do have a super thanks button, and I also offer channel memberships. And I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to all my current channel members, because it is your support that helps keep this channel going. Once again guys, this is Patriot Prime, signing out. Ha!